home team is Scott Berry, the head coach of Southern Miss, fresh off a sweep over a really good ULL program, Coach. So first of all, just overarching thought, 3 games, 3 wins, kind of won it in 3 different ways as well for your ball club.
You know, it was really 2 good programs, really competitive and getting after it each game all weekend. So very fortunate to get the sweep and proud of our guys to be able to do that.
So we have to start with this because I don't know if you noticed this, Coach. I don't know how online you are, but your team on Friday night went viral, as the kids say. Everywhere you looked in baseball media, they were talking about Southern Miss because of what happened in the second inning. So you guys go grand slam, home run, hit by pitch, another home run with a slow trot around the bases. From your perspective, what did you see in that inning in particular and in that moment?
Well, you know, I think what you had, once again, is 2 very competitive teams on the first game in the series that traditionally are you know, postseason type programs. And this was a big series for both of us, and emotions were high coming in. Anytime on Friday night you got your best, they've got their best going, and then of course when there's a little added emotion and energy, all of a sudden it gets really interesting. And of course that's what happened on Friday night. You know, our guys gets hit after 2 home runs, and then the next hitter hits a home run and flips the bat and takes a slow jog around. You know, when you're dealing with 18 to 21-year-olds, I mean, sometimes, you know, there's you don't know what to expect. But, you know, it happened, and it's over. And, yeah, I know the social media, and it went crazy, and where I don't do a lot of that. Certainly it was brought to my attention by several people through text messages. So, but, you know, the good thing about it is it was a good, clean baseball game from then on, and it was a really clean series that continued on Saturday and Sunday as well.
Coach, you strike me as such an old-school baseball guy, you know, want to play everything by the numbers. Where do you stand in the world of bat flips and things like that? Because it's certainly become more of a trend these days, even outside of what happened Friday night.
Well, you know, I think they see it on TV. It's become part of our culture. People, you know, really like to make it bigger than what it needs to be. And, you know, in the old days, you do that, the next guy's fixing to get killed,
Yeah.
You know, in all honesty. And, you know, prior to that incident, after our guy had gotten hit there in the head after the 2 home runs, then both teams were warned. And now all of a sudden it's, you know, you don't really have any chance to really throw at anybody. Otherwise, you're gone. The head coach is gone. And so they did a good job the umpires did of really controlling the game and bringing it under control. But like I said, you know, you have 18 to 21. I guess with COVID, you may have 23-year-olds now that are playing. But, you know, their emotions are high, and, you know, they want to win. I mean, both sides wants to win. So, you know, luckily, you know, nobody was hurt. It was a good, clean series that was played.
What did you say to Lynch after he got back in the dugout? Did you have like a major league situation, great play, never do that again kind of thing, or what was that conversation like?
To not do that again. And, you know, and just from the mere fact that, to me, you know, you have them down at that point. Don't give them a reason to get back up. But, you know, I will say that I was proud of our guys and how they responded overall and how we continued to play and you know, because this is a team sport. You know, you won't see any of that in a individual sport. I don't think I've ever seen a tennis player jump the net and start beating somebody up, or a bowler, you know, all of a sudden throw a bowling ball at another bowler. So, but when you have a lot of brothers there that are playing, certainly, you know, you want to have each other's back.
Coach, you're still, you know, another week away from the start of conference play, but these next 5 games for you are something else. You know, South Alabama, Missouri State, and then Alabama. Those are teams that, you know, traditionally are in the postseason. Alabama this year looks like it's going to be a postseason team. You know, how crucial is this stretch for you, knowing that right after that you're playing Louisiana Tech, and we saw what they did against Arkansas this weekend.
Well, I feel like we've been in that kind of stretch the whole year, in all honesty. There really hasn't been any gimme. And I don't know if there is any gimmies in college baseball anymore. Certainly, if you follow Division I baseball and its scores daily, you'll see that traditionally programs that aren't supposed to beat these other programs, they beat them. And, it's just a case of, I think there's a lot of parity. I think with everybody getting years back, obviously the transfer portal, with people moving on to other places that maybe don't get opportunities at this place because there's just too much depth, it's created that parity. So, with this stretch that we have coming up, I feel like that we should be prepared because I feel like we've been running that stretch already.
And then back to this past weekend. So I have a feeling if I told you that on Saturday you're going to score one run, you probably wouldn't have believed that you won the game. But Walker Powell's stat line's hard to believe. What about his performance this weekend?
Well, Walker has been consistent his whole career here, and, our players really feel like that when Walker takes the mound that we have a very good chance to win. His mound presence, his pitchability, his whole demeanor just sets up for that situation and opportunity for a win. But, on Saturday for him to go out and only throw 92 pitches in 8 innings, only give up 3 hits, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and no walks. And, let me also say on the weekend, what also was a credit to our pitching staff was 35 strikeouts to 2 walks. And one of those walks was an intentional walk yesterday. So really just 35 over 1 on the weekend for our staff. So we really pitched the ball well, but Walker on game 2 really led the way and allowed our guys on Sunday to have a fresh bullpen, basically an unused bullpen, because we only used 3 guys, counting our starter on Friday. So we were well set up for the game on Sunday as well.
And I've been meaning to ask you about this as well. So expanding on the conversation from what happened Friday night, in baseball, especially college, you're seeing not just more bat flips and stuff like that, but Alabama, for example, has a home run chain where if you hit a home run, you get in the dugout, and they put a big chain with like a fake diamond, big Alabama logo on it. At Virginia Tech, when they hit home runs, after the guy scores, he turns to his dugout, they toss him a sledgehammer, and he slams it on the ground, and they all jump. This modernization of like celebrations and bat flipping and stuff like that, how do you feel about where baseball, especially at the college level, is kind of evolving in terms of stuff like that? Do you like it? Do you think it's good for the game, or is it something you wish wasn't there?
I wish it wasn't there. I'm old school. I'm from the school where act like you've done it before. I grew up watching Earl Campbell, knock somebody over, getting in the end zone. He just hands the ball to the referee, and the same way with like a Walter Payton. I mean, it wasn't about them, but that's what they see on TV. They're shooting bows, in the air at second base on a double, and they're doing all these crazy things. And I wish it wasn't part of the game. I wish it was. I like the player that just goes out and acts like he's done it before, and that's just, it's not about me, it's about us. But that's the culture that we're in right now, and seems to be popular with the fans and everybody else. But I don't think the coaches across the country really care for it.
Well, that is the least surprising thing, Coach, for you to say that. I had zero doubt what you were going to say there, I promise.
Well, I don't know. It's just sometimes it gets a little frustrating watching it, but it's where we are right now, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what is not frustrating right now is watching your team play baseball. Congrats on the sweep this weekend. Good luck. As Haydad said, very important week you got coming up before conference play begins. So, Coach, thanks for your time, and talk to you again next week.
Hey, I appreciate it. And real quick, I know everybody knows about Coach Palmer and the stroke that he suffered back in August, but, today is his birthday, and I just want everybody, to keep him in your prayers and, wish him a happy birthday.
Yes, sir.